Hey, howdy, and a big welcome back to Clemhawks, everybody. I'm Yak, ready to take you through yet another Minnesota Wild video here today. I've gotten full clearance from Mr. Clem himself to become your Minnesota Wild insider here on Clemhawks, despite being the Dolany TV guy. Don't worry about that. We'll make that connection later. But my friends, the Minnesota Wild, as well as every other NHL team today, all 32 of them, released their development camp rosters, which runs this week as they prepare to go through free agency and stuff. But the development coaches have got things going here in the next little bit, and these are your guys that you'll see years down the line, potentially never for the Twins, Minnesota Wild, but you got to go out there and at least learn some names and get familiar with guys that you could see at rookie camp this fall. You could see in the first couple of preseason games this fall. You could see them all over the Wild organization in the minors this year if they get contracts, right? Like, you could see them all over the place here in the next little bit. But let me go over here, and I'm going to just transition over to this side of the screen. Just got to move myself a little bit. Here we go. There we go. And let's flash that up for you, and we'll discuss all about this lineup right here for Minnesota Wild development camp, my friends. Marco Rossi, the hot shot prospect who's had some trouble here over the past couple of years, is going to be there. You've got Hunter Height. You've got Ryan. Oh man, I wish the text was any bigger. Here, I'm just going to blow that up so as a guy like me can actually read that. You've got Ryan McGuire. You've got Adam Beckman. Sam Henkes. Again, I can barely read these. I'm sorry. Mike Milne, I'm just going to come over here. This is ridiculous. Liam Ogren, of course, we've already discussed him on the channel. Max Strand, Seton Bankier, Servek Petrovsky, Josh Pilar, Mark Senden, Ryan Remnick, those are your forwards. Simon Johansson, Brock Faber, Ryan O'Rourke, Damian Hunt, Michael Warren, sorry. You've got Ryan Healy, Carson Lambos, Kyle Masters, David Spalchuk, and Jake Pert that are going to be your, quote-unquote, I guess you could say, forwards and defense. And then this is going to be the most interesting player to watch other than Rossi at camp here, development camp and the preseason. You've got McClellan, Milic, Hedquist, and Jones in net, but the big name there is Jesper Wallstedt, the guy the Wild made the trade with at the 2021 entry draft with the Oilers to draft him, right? It was, the Oilers are drafting Wallstedt, and then, Minnesota snuck in there and drafted him, and the Oilers drafted Bourgault. But, my friends, this is the guy that if Cam Talbot indeed leaves Minnesota for whether it be Edmonton, you can see that video over on Clemhawks here, or whether he leaves to some other organization via trade, Wallstedt is your next guy in line. He is the guy that after Marc-Andre Fleury is said and done in Minnesota, he is your 50, 60, 70 game guy in the green jerseys for the Minnesota Wild. So that is something you got to keep an eye on for the Wild. That is your development camp rosters. And you kind of look at this all here, right? There's a couple guys that had spent some AHL time, some guys that spent some NHL time. Obviously, Rossi got some NHL time this season. Adam Beckman gets some NHL time. There's guys that have some limited pro experience, but most of these guys are guys you are signing in here to be basically part of the team going forward. Not necessarily already been a team. And I mean, Ryan McGuire's an invite. You've got Max Strand, that's an invite. Mark Senden is an invite, and also Ryan Remick is an invitee. You got 3 goaltenders that are invitees at the goaltending level here. It's only Wallstedt and Jones that are guys that you have in the system already. So that's another exciting thing to look. But there you go. That's all you need to know, is that is your roster. Those are the guys you got to pay attention to this summer, see what they develop into over the course of the summer, and then come back for training camp in September. Folks, I'm Yak. This is Clem Hawks. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk some more Wild and Twins and maybe some NASCAR tomorrow on the channel. I am up on out of here.